So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom and this is Sea Dogs 12 and he's a scumbag. No, he's not a scumbag. He is in the scumbag. He's in the tier 9 Russian artillery, the 212A. Tier 9 Russian self-propelled gun. He's on steps. Why do I always want to sing one of his steps? And he's going to do a really good job of where Artie really should be focused on supporting the team as much as possible. Knocking down stubborn tanks, shooting the idiots that don't move, who then moan about the fact artillery are too powerful. You know, the kind of job that artillery needs to do. Anyway, he's got himself up on a high point here. It's a nice position for Artie up here. Speculative shot of that scout. Don't know whether it hit him, but it's a nice position, but it is a little unforgiving. If the enemy break through or a scout tank gets too close, you get spotted so easy up here. But in terms of where your reach is, I guess it's a good one. Oh, hello. That girlfriend is making a run for it. Can I say girlfriend anymore? I don't know, because it's not really a GF tank anymore. Oh, nice speculative shot. Oh, 5 critical damages, 240 average damage. Wow, that's going to upset him. So again, for those who don't play artillery, good thing that Sea Dog is doing here is he's keeping moving. He fires his shot, then he relocates, because oh, hang on, is that Skoda really going to just keep bobble backwards and forwards? That makes it easy. Then he just moved, so we didn't do more than just splash him. So yeah, so what you need to do after you fired your shot, you need to move a bit, because other artillery could well be watching for tracer shots on their maps. So when they're in the hold down, when they're on the view down mode, they know roughly where other artillery is likely to be, and sometimes players will just sit watching for where the tracer comes from. Obviously they can't see. Nice hit. They can't see exactly where your artillery is unless they're using some very dodgy mods. I'm thinking about one young lady. Anyway, but they can sort of have an idea where it is. So it's always good policy to fire, move in artillery. And Sea Dog's been doing that largely. This map's not too bad. There's plenty of places for artillery to hide. There is only one aside, so not so likely that artillery will be looking. Lovely hit on that T10, 421 hit. It's completed some kind of mission doing that one. Now, again, people bitch and moan about artillery, but look at that T10. He's been slapped for 400 in that position, and he's made no attempt to change direction. Just sitting there. Tiger, well, he just got tracked. He's just waiting it out. Has he got a first aid kit? Is he going to reject it? Yeah. He's going to be very upset that he got killed by artillery, but he should have used his repair kit rather than sitting there. Borsig sitting in the field. He's at least moving behind the rock. I like what he's doing here. He's forgotten about the damage up the other side. He's supporting this flank. I mean, partly it's self-interest, right? He wants to make sure that those tanks don't push much further because they're almost in view range now. Almost in view range. Oh, lovely. That was a bit fortunate. You see where he's aiming that shot on that Pantera? It was supposed to... He was aiming a bit further. The Pantera pulled back, but the shell went long and actually ended up killing the Pantera. So got a bit lucky there, but you know, we all needed a bit of RNG. Jag Tiger, you just gonna sit there? Has he been tracked? I don't know. He is there. He was tracked, that's why. Nice hit again. Another 400, another 500 from somebody else. Dear oh dear, that Jag Tiger just lost the bulk of his health in one quick few seconds there. So he's decided to move on. This flank looks a lot more secure now. So he's going to try and help out these guys who are now struggling on this flank. Like this, he's very map aware, he's keeping a good watch out on what's happening elsewhere. Oh, unlucky there. That 53 TP pulled back just in time. You see, this is what you need to do. If you're under fire from artillery, keep moving. Don't keep, don't stay in the same place all the time. Keep wiggling. Even just a modicum of wiggle can make a huge amount of difference. Where did that shell go? See, he stands still again. If he stays much longer, he's going to get a big shell in his side. And he's still staying there. He was lucky as well. That shell dropped, landed short. It's hard when they're down a slope. That's another tip you can take. I mean, I think even if you don't play artillery, it's always a good thing to watch people's games in artillery, because it should give you some help when you're, rather than bitching and moaning about being shot by artillery. Learn from it. See, that 53 TP is hugging that slope while he's side scraping, and that's because it's really hard to land a shell really tight up against the rocks there, or up against the slope. Where that Löwe was, that little bit further out, meant he got the full force of that shell. The 53 got also damaged and tracked, which cost him his life ultimately, but you know what I mean, it was that kind of idea that you're a little bit further out, makes it a lot easier for the arty. See, the Löwe hasn't learnt, so he's going to pay the ultimate price. Fire in the hole. Good night. And there you go. Two good kills of tanks who didn't really move. So Sea Dog's just now taken an impromptu platoon with the Charioteer, which is good for him. Gets brothers in arms, because they've both got 3 kills now. CA is just going to... Is he really just going to sit there? Yep, he is. Well, we know what happens when that happens. Fire in the hole. I mean, words fail me really. Artillery people moan about artillery, and then they just sort of sit in the open and say, just roger me, senseless artillery, go on. And then they'll bitch and moan about artillery being OP. Yeah, well, not fair. But you've got to help yourself, guys. As like I say, you need to learn, you need to watch people play artillery, because you get an idea about where safe places are, how not to do it. Like, those guys, some of those guys were just staying in the same location, or not hugging the rocks well enough. Can we get the artillery? Ooh, just went long. But it's a nice hit all the same. Don't think we'll get another shell at him. It's a possibility. Is that Emil going to get close? 30-second reload for him on this gun. It's a big ass gun. Charioteer's coming screaming in the back door. It's going to be a chase between a shell and a Charioteer. Fire in the hole. No, his platoon mate gets him. Ah well, good game. Well played, Sea Dogs. Really nicely done. 4 kills. Beautiful. So there you go, cracking game from Sea Dogs. He got an ace tanker, he got bruiser, fighter, Gore's medal for doing damage exceeding 10 times the hit points of your vehicle. He got brothers in arms for that impromptu battlefield platoon, and Confederate, which is a badge I always love to see. It means you've shared your damage around, helped the team, blah de blah de blah, not just focused on the easy kills. Thinking of you, Trala. He finished up top of his second on his team actually on base XP behind the I6. 3,977 damage, 4 kills, 1105 base XP. Nearly 4,000 damage is a good return. 15 shots, hit with 7, did 9 lots of splash as well. So very nice, and 1,200 damage caused by stunning, or vehicles stunned by him, then being subsequently damaged. With boosters for personal missions of some sort. It's probably the Halloween stuff, I would think. He made a whopping 51,000 credits. Not bad in a tier 9 artillery. Even if he hadn't been running premium, still would have made 33.5. And XP 4,162 with all the bonuses and times 2 would have been 2,774. So there you go. There is a scumbag artillery. showing you why you do it wrong when you're up against artillery. And you know, I'm not saying I'm any better than anybody else, but the thing is, when you bitch and moan about artillery hitting you, do something about it. Move. Don't just keep going to the same locations. Don't keep, you know, if you're under the top-down view from artillery, then chances are they're going to keep firing at you. And if you keep putting yourself in a position where they can fire at you, who's the fool? Who's the idiot? Who's unfair? So bitching about it doesn't matter. God, just look at that. 6 criticals on that girlfriend. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And in the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I will see you again soon. It's GamerDom signing out.